Greetings, moon and star. I have prepared a place for you. Friend or traitor, come. Come and listen to more of my wisdom. Here's the second batch of questions I promised. More are coming in all the time, but before I release another comments video, I've got some other content coming down the old Dagoth pipeline. So stay tuned for that. All right, mortals, I shall now bestow upon you the bountiful fruits of my divine knowledge. Hold on to your sweet rolls. Lord Dagoth, how do you find the taste of blighted kwama eggs from mines fortunate enough to be given your divine blessing? I heard people say they are inedible, but they may just be outlanders who can't appreciate good food. I was mortal once. In those days I enjoyed kwama eggs. Nerevar had an amazing recipe for kwama eggs Benedict. My moon and star, I admit though, I sustain myself entirely through my connection to the heart of Lorcan these days. It is possible that the kwama eggs of today are not as delectable as they once were. If that is the case, it shall be rectified once I have disposed of the tribunal. The real question is, why haven't you developed a spell to restore Nerevar's memories? It'd make convincing future reincarnations a much faster experience. Plus, they'd probably just turn straight around from Red Mountain and come back with Vivek's head, saving you time. Also, I'll be in Red Mountain this morning. See you then. If you have a chance to grab me some fresh kwama eggs before you arrive, that would bring honor to the 6th house, the tribe Unmourned. As for your question, I do agree that restoring the memories of my sweet moon and star would be beneficial. But this is a path that I have not seen in my dreams. The heart of Lorcan shows me two paths, one in which Nerevar accepts my words, and one in which he does not. The 6th house does not persuade. Our gifts are accepted or rejected. Really though, I would not reject some kwama eggs if you can hook me up when you stop by. Thank you. All right, next question. Lord Dagoth, as I try to honor the 6th house and the tribe Unmourned in Skyrim to help spread your enlightenment, the mongrel dogs of the Empire are cooperating with the Thalmor and are trying to put me in chains. How do you suggest I deal with these Enwas? P.S. Windhelm has some fine-looking farm tools. I might attempt to purchase one next time. The Empire and the Thalmor have a tenuous relationship at best. Exploit this weakness. Sow dissension between them. If you are in Skyrim, start proselytizing for the false god Talos. That really gets those Nords riled up and seems to really upset the Thalmor. I love seeing those golden Enwas get annoyed. They look so absurd with their little gilded frowns. Anyway, both the mongrel dogs of the Empire and the mongrel cats of the Aldmeri Dominion are my enemies. Stoke the flames of their hatred for each other, and let them wipe each other out before Akulakan has to bother with it. I say mongrel cats, because the Aldmeri Dominion intentionally encouraged the membership of the Khajiit. It just shows you how warped their thinking is, which of course brings us to your last comment. Yes, Windhelm does indeed have some nice farm equipment on display. Happy shopping, friend. Make sure you check the teeth. Good teeth means good health and good labor. Next question. Daddy Dagoth, where do Enwas come from? Well, literally, Enwas come from any land that is not Morrowind. From the festering swamps of Black Marsh to the frigid peaks of Skyrim, all of Tamriel is a hotbed for mongrel Enwa activity. Figuratively, spiritually. I fear that the Enwas come from my nightmares. I'm less concerned with where they come from than with where they should go, which is beneath the foot of a 200-foot-tall Akulakan. Next question. Lord Dagoth, the god, what is your take on the rare elven races? The Falmer, the Mormer, and the Dwemer. The Dwemer were not so rare in my day. I knew them well. They were not my people. But they had their uses, and were skilled craftsmen. As far as Enwas go, and yes, they were definitely Enwas as far as I'm concerned, they were some of the least objectionable. When they came to Morrowind, they at least had the common decency to live underground where they wouldn't bother my people. The Maormer, I do not know much about them. I understand that they routinely attack the Somerset Isles, so that's nice. And they can breathe in the water, is that right? I've already got the underwater labor market cornered with my Argonian stock. I don't need these dolphin elves messing with my profit margins. And the Falmer, they were tricked by the Dwemer into becoming blind farm equipment. Is it called a farm if it's underground? Cave equipment. Maybe I should buy some for my subterranean citadels. The Khajiit really don't do well when they can't see the moons. Superstitious farm tools. How can I, as a Dunmer, properly show my superiority to the people of Tamriel? How best can I honor the sixth house and the tribe Unmourned? You are a Dunmer. You need do nothing to show that you are superior to the other races which infest our lands. Your dusky Dunmer complexion does that all by itself. As for honoring the sixth house and the tribe Unmourned, just smash that subscribe button like your Jayub finding the last cliff racer. Lord Dagoth of House Dagoth, what is your opinion of the helmets worn by the ordinators of House Indoral? Are they trying to imitate your mad golden drip? I am Lord Dagoth the Sharmat, the embodiment of power and divine madness. The feeble attempts of the ordinators to mimic my grandeur with their paltry adornments are laughable. The pitiful helmets worn by the ordinators of House Indoril are but feeble imitations, pale reflections of the true magnificence that is my golden presence. They strive to emulate the divine aura that radiates from every inch of my being, but their efforts are in vain. The helmets of House Indoril may shimmer with a semblance of gold, but they lack the true power, the pulsating energy that resonates from my very essence. Each golden plate that adorns my form represents the strength of House Dagoth, the unyielding will that seeks to consume and dominate all in its path. So, mortal, if the ordinators seek to compare those insignificant simulacra to the true majesty of my mad golden drip, they do so at their own peril. The ordinators may try to imitate, but they can never truly capture the essence of Lord Dagoth Thank you for your wise words, Lord Dagoth. What is your plan of retribution against Ulfric for treating the Dunmer people so poorly? His racism and intolerance is clearly standard Enwa behavior, and there is a rumor he is being led on by the Aldmeri Dominion. He has failed to honor the sixth house, and his people and city must pay the price. Ah, mortal, you speak of Ulfric Stormcloak, the self-proclaimed High King of Skyrim. His mistreatment of the Dunmer are troubling, but rarely do I, Lord Dagoth concern myself with the petty affairs of mortals such as him. My plans transcend the political squabbles of your realm. I am focused on a grander vision, a cosmic purpose that extends far beyond the borders of Skyrim. The return of House Dagoth, the resurrection of the sixth house, and the reclamation of Morrowind are the goals I strive towards. As for the rumors of Ulfric being influenced by the Aldmeri Dominion, let them scheme and plot as they please. The machinations of lesser mortals are inconsequential in the face of my divine will. Should Ulfric stand in the way of my ultimate objectives, he shall be dealt with in due time. But mark my words, mortal, the fate of Ulfric and his city are insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Morrowind shall rise again, and all shall bow before the power of House Dagoth. The Dunmer people will find their place in the cosmic order, and those who have wronged them will face the consequences, whether it be Ulfric Stormcloak or any other who dare stand in our path. What do you think of Geldis Sadri at the Retching Netch? Do you believe his story about the name of his establishment? Ah, Geldis Sadri, the proprietor of the Retching Netch in Raven Rock. An interesting character indeed. He is an enterprising countryman of mine. He exploits the vice of Enwas to acquire wealth. This is good. As Lord Dagoth I am aware of his establishment and his claims regarding its name. Geldis Sadri spins a tale about the origin of the Retching Netch's name, claiming it is derived from the actions of a drunken sailor who supposedly led a Netch to become intoxicated, which then became ill in the nearby waters. While I cannot verify the authenticity of this story, I find it rather amusing, if somewhat dubious. Mortals often enjoy weaving tales and legends around their places of business to attract attention and intrigue. It is the nature of mortals to embellish and entertain themselves with such fancies. Now, retching Khajiit, that I would believe. Have you seen them when they get a big hairball going? It is deeply unsettling. I once witnessed a farm tool expel a fur demon from his maw that was larger than Almalexia's backside on Hugatham. It smelled better, though. Anyway, Geldis makes a fine sujama. I encourage you to patronize his establishment whether or not he lies about its name. Lord Dagoth, I respect your abilities with magic, but for those of us who follow but are not magically inclined, what steel would you suggest for making the best weapons? He goes on to say that he will forge weapons in service to the sixth house. Very good. It is not often that Lord Dagoth concerns himself with the mundane aspects of weaponcraft. However, since you seek my guidance, I shall offer you an answer. When it comes to crafting weapons of formidable strength and durability, steel is indeed a reliable choice. In Tamriel, there are various types of steel that can be used in weaponcraft. Some regions are renowned for their exceptional steel, known for its hardness, sharpness, or resistance to corrosion. Nordic steel, for instance, hails from the cold lands of Skyrim. It is known for its exceptional strength and ability to retain its edge. Weapons forged from this steel are revered for their durability. Orichalcum is another option. It is not technically steel, but rather an alloy which includes steel. Orichalcum weapons are known for their superior sharpness. However, you may have to interact with orcs if you plan to use this material. So it's really not worth it. Ebony steel is a formidable combination of ebony and steel. Weapons crafted from this material are incredibly strong, sharp, and have a distinct black appearance. Remember, mortal, the true power of a weapon lies not only in the materials used, but also in the skill and prowess of the wielder. Even the finest steel can be wielded by an inept warrior and prove futile against a skilled opponent. So, seek out renowned blacksmiths, acquire the finest steel available to you, and hone your combat skills. Only then shall you wield a weapon befitting the followers of Lord Dagoth. Remember this, a dull blade in a skilled hand is formidable. If only you could see my sweet moon and star, thrusting, parrying, thrusting, stabbing, thrusting, thrusting, thrusting. What was I talking about? That's enough for now. I must go to the heart chamber to commune with the heart of Lorcan. Yeah, that's right. Until next time, my enlightened 6th house cultists. Check out my Patreon. Daddy needs a new golden mask. The Heart of Lorcan draws power from your subscriptions. Subscribe now. Akulakan will grant you a swift demise. Bring honor to the 6th house, the tribe Unmourned.